Keanu Reeves has expressed his interest in returning for Cyberpunk 2. PlayStation 6 is planned to have a detachable disk drive, and Helldivers 2 devs address game size reduction. Also, Knights of the Old Republic remake concept art surfaces. I'm guest narrator Sarah Bauer, and this is Insider Today for Tuesday, September 8th, 2025. Before we jump in, make sure you subscribe to Insider Gaming with notifications set to all, so you never miss any of the gaming news you need to know about. Keanu Reeves said he absolutely wants to be a part of Cyberpunk 2 and is eager to reprise his role as Johnny Silverhand. Players have been waiting for official details on the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel since the title entered pre-production in May 2025. However, we are yet to hear anything concrete about the game from the developers. All we know for now is that the sequel will not be released for at least another 4 to 5 years. During a new interview with IGN, Keanu Reeves expressed his interest in returning for Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. During a promotional visit for Good Fortune, the actor was asked whether he would be interested in revisiting the character he played for CD Projekt Red's 2020 release. Keanu responded stating, "Absolutely, I'd love to play Johnny Silverhand again." Now it's all up to the developers to decide whether they want the Matrix actor to return for the next installment. Details about Cyberpunk 2077 sequel are incredibly scarce, with players having no idea what the next game will be about. However, thanks to a slip-up by the original creator of the Cyberpunk universe, Mike Pondsmith, we do know that the players can visit another city in the sequel, which is inspired by a Chicago Gone Wrong setting. At the same time, he also confirmed that Night City still exists in the next title. It's also worth mentioning that it was reported by Insider Gaming back in August that more than 60 developers have joined CD Projekt Red for Cyberpunk 2 and other new popular titles. Insider Gaming has learned that the PlayStation 6 is planned to have a detachable disk drive when the console launches. First introduced mid-generation for the PlayStation 5 and exclusively reported by Insider Gaming in September 2022, the detachable disk drive was a means for PlayStation to reduce its production and shipping costs. For the next generation of the PlayStation, several sources who wish to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to talk about company plans have said that the detachable disk drive is here to stay for the next generation. Identical to the PlayStation 5 and its detachable disk drive, customers will be able to buy the console individually as a digital console, bundled with the PlayStation 6 as a traditional console, or upgrade later by purchasing the detachable disk drive separately. According to one source, unless things are changed at the last minute, PlayStation is firm on the decision because the disk drive for the PlayStation 5 hit all the company's internal targets. Again, it was reiterated by the source that the decision was made to reduce manufacturing and shipping costs during uncertain times, likely referring to the tariff trade war. These uncertain times have seemingly influenced PlayStation's decision on the look of the next PlayStation 2, as rumblings suggest that this time around, the PlayStation 6 will have a much simpler design than its predecessor, again to maximize efficiency, shipping space, weight, and so on. While the news of a detachable disk drive may not be shocking to some, it's the best of both worlds, as it allows PlayStation to cater to both physical and digital markets, while reducing costs. The plans mean that physical games are here to stay, at least for the next generation with the PlayStation 6. The developers of Helldivers 2 have stated that file size reduction has become a higher priority, but can't reveal when it will be addressed. Helldivers 2 players on the console are more than satisfied thanks to the new Xbox version and the brand new Halo collaboration. However, players on PC are not happy, with several players questioning developers about performance issues and other problems. Now, the developers have finally addressed Helldivers 2's enormous file size on PC. Spotted by Games Radar Plus, the Helldivers 2 developers were asked about game size reduction on their official Discord recently. One player player asked whether the file size would be reduced from 140 gigabytes, as they have heard that there were a lot of duplicated assets. Arrowhead CEO Shams Jorjani responded, stating that the team has escalated the priority of this, but is unable to inform players about when it will be addressed. A post on the Helldivers subreddit explains why the game has such a massive file size. It appears that instead of having a single copy of a given texture, the game has multiple duplicates bundled in different files, each with assets that use the same texture. The original poster has determined that the actual size of the game is just slightly over 30 gigabytes, and the remaining 100 gigabytes or so can be easily dropped, as it consists of duplicated files. Knight of the Old Republic Remake concept art surfaces and shows an iconic location. The Knights of the Old Republic remake seems like one of those projects that will forever be talked about but will never be released. It has been years since it was first teased and discussed, but up until now, we've seen nothing about the potential game. In 2023, it was claimed that the project had died entirely, but earlier this year, Saber's chief creative officer insisted it's still in development and chugging along quite nicely. Even more recently, concept art surfaced online showcasing one of the original game's most iconic locations. One fresh-ish piece of concept art from the Knights of the Old Republic remake recently emerged online after reportedly being unearthed by MP First. While the article neglects to provide a source link, it's claimed that the image was taken from the personal site of a concept artist who worked at the studio developing the Knights of the Old Republic remake until 2021. That's about the same time the project was unveiled. In the concept art, we see one shot of Kashyyyk, the homeworld of the Wookiee race. It doesn't show much, but ironically, it's the best look we've had at the Knights of the Old Republic remake for a very long time. The kicker is that it comes from a developer no longer attached to the project, and it's dated by at least 4 years, which might render it irrelevant to some. For those not in the know, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic was released way back in 2003, and is often considered one of the best games in the sci-fi franchise. Players are charged with creating and evolving a character and aligning them with the Force while unlocking and upgrading various abilities. The game has earned a Metascore of 94, making it one of the best rated games ever. Are you still holding out for the Knights of the Old Republic remake to surface? Let us know in the comments below. That's a wrap for today's news. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe for all your gaming news and visit insidergaming.com for more. I'm guest narrator Sarah Bauer, and we will see you on the inside.